week in our class Women's Ministry programs, we're going to be focusing on balanced ministry. Now, I don't know your particular age or stage of life right now, but I know who I am and how old I am and what stage of life I am in now. And I must say to you, no matter what age or stage of life, my greatest challenge in my life and even in ministry has been trying to find and then keep some balance. That's such a challenge for all of us. And there's not one answer. There's not like a template. There's not like a cookbook recipe that we can each use because we are each so unique. But one of the things that the Lord just helps us to do, and we must seek His help on this, is to know what are the important priorities in our life and how do we try to keep those priorities. But balance in our life. So personally, we must have that balance in our spiritual life, in our mental life, in our social life, in our personal life, and then our ministries. So often in my life, I do really, really well in one area, and then I'm out of control in another area. That's what I see in the ministries that I'm a part of, either at the New Orleans Baptist Seminary or at my church, or as I go into other churches to lead conferences or retreats or ladies' nights out. I find that all of us have areas that we're doing really, really well. So the tension for us is to try to be balanced because all the women in your church have different needs, and so they may need something else than what maybe we're doing as well. So balance is going to be what we focus on this week. And I pray that not only will you be consciously more aware of the need for balance in your own life, but again, you'll be more intentional with evaluating your own women's ministry and making sure that there's balance. One of the things that you'll see in our slide presentations this week are some suggestions of how to keep balance. And I think all of these are important, again, in personal life, but especially in ministry. Number one, you want to be a good observer. You want to observe women because you want to be sensitive to or aware of their needs. So keep your eyes open, keep your glasses on, and see the needs of the women around you. Number two, you want to continue to evaluate the needs. That's one of the things that I find challenging personally. I like to find like a little formula that works in my own life to keep my own life organized. And so that's easy for me in ministry. But oftentimes what works last year doesn't work now. And so we do have to evaluate, see, are we meeting the needs? Is it successful? Are there some things that we should be doing differently? So to continue evaluating not only your ministries, but the needs of the women as even those women around you are changing. Number three, you need to evaluate the growth of women. Certainly, we pray that the women in your ministry are growing personally and spiritually, and that as they grow, they will need different things in their church. And so you want to be evaluating their growth. Number four, pull women into new areas. Oh my goodness, we ladies get comfortable, don't we? I see the girls in my class come into class and we immediately nest, don't we? We circle ourselves with all of our things, and of course they're cute and attractive things, but we've got to kind of nest there. So we get so comfortable where we are, and I know for me, it's hard sometimes to let go of some of those comforts and to take on something new. But if we're going to be relevant, if we're going to be meeting the needs of the women in our church and in the community, we need to be willing ourselves to shift and change, but to involve different women in new areas. Don't let the same ladies keep doing the same thing, even though they want to. You need to challenge them sometimes as the leader to grow in a new area, to minister and serve in another area. Number five, involve more people. The principle is true in my mind. For every one person you involve in planning, they will bring 5 people with them. So if you've got somebody who is extra social, they're going to bring even more. So the more people you involve in the planning, the more people they will involve in participating. So you do want to involve more people. While numbers isn't everything, it sure reflects that what you're doing is meeting needs and working. It's successful. Number 6, involve all ladies of all ages. That's kind of where we are in women's ministry right now. Maybe it's nothing new, and maybe we shouldn't be surprised. But those my age who really were on the front end of the developed organization of women's ministry in the Southern Baptist Convention and in our local churches are trying to figure out how can we get the younger generation, the 20 and 30 somethings, involved in doing ministry. And I have to be willing to say it's not going to be done like we did it. It's not going to be done necessarily the way I did it or the way I like it. But the bottom line, it's not the methods, but it's the message that we need to get out. So ladies, how can we reach women of all ages? Balance. Key to my life, key to your life, key to our ministries. I pray this week that the Lord will help you to know how to get some balance in your life so you can live it out by example and teach it to others in your life and in your ministry. God bless.